In a previous video titled Austerity Ends, I emailed Chancellor of the Exchequer Sajid Javid outlining my worries for the future of the UK with how big the UK national debt is. Now, we've had a reply back, not from Sajid himself, but someone else that works at HM Treasury. Now, I'll outline the original points made in the email that I sent to the Treasury. I see in today's news that under your guidance as Chancellor, the Conservative Party is moving away from attempting to rein in government spending to now more or less turning on the spending taps. While this is no doubt a vote winner with most of the public, I, as well as other fiscal Conservatives, are worried of long-term consequences. With public sector debt, excluding unfunded liabilities, approaches £2 trillion. Have yourself or the Bank of England run risk models of what happens if interest rates rise to control future inflation. Historical interest rates in the UK are in the 5 to 7% range. Will the UK be able to continue servicing and rolling over debt if interest rates rise to such a level? I'll then go on to argue that I don't think more QE, more quantitative easing, money printing is going to do much to revive the UK economy. And it's probably going to lead to further inflation down the road. All sensible worries for anybody that is a fiscal conservative, someone that believes that, the government should be quite cautious, especially in things as serious as this. This is a reply back from the Treasury. Thank you for your correspondence dated 5th of September to the Chancellor of the Exchequer. As it is not practical for ministers to respond personally to all the correspondence they receive, I have been asked to reply. The government has made significant progress since 2010 in restoring the public finances to health. Our careful management of the public finances mean we can now afford to invest more in growing our economy while keeping control of the national debt. Now, this is hilarious. Scary because it means we're probably going to go off a cliff edge at some point. Bearing in mind, this is the Conservative Party. This is meant to be the party that is fiscally sound, fiscally sensible. I mean, who else are we going to vote for? Labour? The Green Party? There's no one else out there that's going to be supposedly financially as sound, fiscally conservative as the actual Conservative Party should be. Now, the Treasury is saying the government has made significant progress since 2010. Well, let's look at the data. This is Office of National Statistics data, legit data from the government itself. Now, 2010, the UK national debt in 2010 was £1,194 billion. £1,194 billion, to put it in simple terms, just a shade under 1.2 trillion. Cut to 2018. This is the latest data from the ONS, but only goes up to the financial year 2018. And when we click around next year, we have the 2019 data. In 2018, it rose to 1,836 billion, put it in simple terms, 1.8 trillion. So it rose from 2010, 1.2 trillion to 2018, over 1.8 trillion. That is a 50% increase. The Chancellor, a Conservative Party Chancellor, is saying they've made significant progress. Debt's gone up 50%, and this is just on paper. This is just what they have on the balance sheet. This isn't unfunded liabilities. This isn't the future problems they have with pensions and paying, socialised medical care for people that are now in the country. The country is going to go bankrupt because this is the Tory party. These are the Conservatives. They are saying they have made significant progress since 2010. Debt's gone up 50%. It's gone up £600 billion in 8 years, and this is the Tory party. So I think this is absolutely crazy now. Everybody out there should prepare, because if you had any doubt in the past, maybe the government would do the right thing, maybe they'd rein in spending, start running budget surpluses. This means no, because this is the Tory party. They're not doing it. No one else is going to do it out there. I'll go on reading on the email. We are tackling the UK's productivity challenge head on. Since 2010, we have delivered over £500 billion in total public capital investment. So they go on, I won't read this, quite a boring email, and then they basically say they do a fiscal report. UK is the world leader in fiscal risk disclosure, which is an absolute joke. If you read that document, it's about a 300-page document, but it's a complete joke. When I say in my original email about interest rates, what if they go back to the normal historical range of 5 to 7%? Their risk models are based on interest rates at 2.5%. That's still well below the historical range for UK interest rates. So this whole thing is a complete joke. I mean, maybe it was just written by, work experience. This Armin Caleb, maybe just work experience. They got some 16-year-old just replying to emails. Unfortunately, maybe if this YouTube channel was bigger, like, share, comment, subscribe. Maybe we'd get a response from Sajid himself. But this is a complete joke. The government debt increased 50%, but they are classing that as significant progress, right? Just as an analogy, imagine someone that's up to their eyeballs in credit card debt, right? They've got £100,000 in credit card debt, and you knew them 8 years ago, and you see them in a pub. You go, "Oh, hey Johnny, how's those credit cards debts going?" "I've made significant progress. Just debts have increased 50%. I owe 50% more, but I'm making that's not a significant process. It means you're going bankrupt. It means the country's going bankrupt. So points to take away from this: the Conservative Party are going down the same road as Labour, basically all the other parties, all just social welfare, big state, big government, big spending, bankruptcy policy, same as the rest of the world, same as Europe, same as America. There's no way of getting away from this now. So sad to say. I mean, I don't think there's even time to change now. I can't see there being time to change. Even if we just had a radically different government in place, there's not going to be time to change this, because they class a 50% increase in debt as significant progress, and now they're increasing spending. We never really had true austerity. As much as people wave their arms up in the air screaming out austerity, the debts never went down. We never ran a budget surplus. No governments ever do, because it's a vote winner. Just buying votes is a vote winner. It's very sad times anyway, but people just need to prepare for this. Start putting some assets, start putting some money away, not in the pound, obviously clearly not into UK bonds or gilts. Just put money, maybe gold, silver, buy stocks in countries outside the UK. Even if it's inside the UK, it's not so bad, because it's at least an inflation hedge. Ultimately, the whole thing's going to blow up. It's quite scary, but those are my thoughts and opinions. It's nice for the Treasury to have emailed back anyway. Would have preferred it if it was Sajid himself. But Sajid he's too busy. He's too busy opening up the spending taps wide as he can. They're going to be buying a lot of votes for the upcoming general election. That's the way it's going to go down. But UK is going to go bankrupt almost certainly with this policy. I can't see anything that's going to stop it. This doesn't even factor in the huge unfunded liabilities problems we have for pensions, paying for the NHS in the future, just paying everything we're obligated to now pay. Whole country's going to blow up with the rest of the world. Basically, this problem faces Europe, faces America, but scary times. You have to laugh or cry. Jason from Liberty Bunkers sign off, and I'll see you in the next video.